So if you're looking for a compact NAS that doesn't feel complicated or overpriced, this might be it. Today we are unboxing, setting up, and reviewing the Ugreen DXP2800. Alright, let's go straight to the box. So I bought this from Amazon for 425 Canadian dollars. But every month the price goes up. So if you really want a NAS, don't think twice and buy it right away. There's two boxes here. First one is a packaging box, or a box that you will receive when it's delivered to you. And then the actual box. So we have here this accessory box of foam for protecting your NAS, and the actual NAS, or network attached system. It feels solid to the touch, metal chassis, pretty compact, very clean design. In front, we've got two drive bays and status LED. Around the back, we have power, Ethernet, USB port, and ventilation. And make sure you remove this right away so you don't have a restricted airflow for the filter. Installing drives is super straightforward. Just go open the base, slide your drives in, and then lock them down. But first, let's look for this accessory box. We have here this Ethernet cable. This is a Cat 7 rated. It is nice for a 2.5 gigabits Ethernet. And we have here the screw. We have here the screwdriver. This can be used for installing other drives, like changing your RAM or your memory. And some screws. We have this user manual and some warranty. This will give you a 2-year warranty. We have here a power cable. And then there's key for the hard drive, which can be used here. Turn it counterclockwise to lock it, and then clockwise to unlock. This key can be used on both sides, or if you lose this, you can use any screwdriver. And then one more, we have this power supply also. So set this all aside, and we will be installing this WD Red Plus that I bought for 350 Canadian dollars. And yeah, I will use two 10 terabyte. You can also use this both, like you will have a 20 terabyte space. But for me, I will use the other one for safety purpose, just to mirror whatever I save on the other side. So let's open this one, and we will install this to my NAS. This is the first hard disk. Then let's open the second one, or the second bay. So as I've said, this is really easy to install. Just open this bay 2 first. So to install the hard disk, the 3.5 size, press this button here to expand the tray, and then place it like this way. And you will see this pin here. This one will support this hole. So it will align to that pin, then close it. That's how you install the hard drive to the tray. And then put it back to your NAS. Like that. Press it and then lock. Next, we'll put the other one, bay number 1. And then again, expand this case by pressing this plastic here. And then put it like this, where the pin should be on this side, because this one will be inserted inside the NAS and connected to the system. And yeah, you can see there's a 2 hole inside here that will pinch the card or the memory or the hard drive, and then it will be secured. Then you will insert it back to the NAS. If you're going to use NVMe memory for read and write cache, they can be found inside this NAS where you want to install your NVMe. For the read and write cache, they also included this blue. This is a heatsink paste, so no need to buy one if you want to install that. And if you want to change your RAM, they can be accessed at the bottom of this NAS, where you will use a screwdriver. Okay, let's put them all back. Slide them in. Slide them in. If you want, you can also lock this so that kids won't open it. Now it's secured. This LED is power indicator, and we have here the network indicator, this 3-button LED here, and we also have this USB-C or Type C 3.2 Gen 2 port and USB 3.2 Gen 2 port. And of course, this is the safety lock. And then at the back, we have here the magnetic dust mesh. This is nice because if you can clean this when it's full of dust. And we have here the HDMI port, USB 3.2 Gen 1 port, 2 USB 2.0 port. This is the 2.5 gigabit Ethernet port, and this one is a reset button, and then this is a power port or the power supply port. You can insert this Ethernet cable here, and then for the power supply, you will have to insert this one here. And then you have to connect this one in here. So you have to plug this to your router, and this is to your power outlet. They also include here a connection for HDMI if you want to watch your file to monitor or TV. So now let's try and set this all up. Overall, the Ugreen DXP2800 is really a solid choice if you want a simple, reliable NAS without going down a deep technical rabbit hole. If you're a home user, creator, or a small team that just wants storage that works, this is honestly the great option. If this video helped you, drop a like, subscribe for more tech reviews, and let me know in the comments what you're using your NAS for. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Scan the QR code from your user manual to download the app. You can choose App Store or Google Play and then install the Ugreen Nas. After installing, press the open and then press the agree and then new device registration. Then your device will show up here and you select the register. Then tick mark the user agreement and participate in the device analysis improvement program, which is optional, and then press next. Then it will go to set administrator account where you will input your username and password. After entering the password, press next. So under bind email address, you have to input your email and then tick mark the user agreement and then press the get one for verification and then input at the bar whatever you get from your email address. Under system update, you can tick mark automatically install important updates only and then press start initialization. Then here press the start and then it will show you your Ugreen Nas, which is mine is DXP2800 21DF, and then just press the next and then OK and then go. Then here we are in the welcome to storage page and then just press the next. Under the create storage pool, you have to select the hard disk that you install and you can see a tick mark 9 terabytes from hard drive 1 and hard drive 2. Then you can choose which type of storage that you want. With JBOD, you can combine two different capacity of disk, while RAID 0 needs two same capacity of disk. Then I'll be selecting RAID 1, which is disk mirroring. Here I can only have 9 terabyte of usable memory and the other half will be used as a safety or backup if the main hard drive will fail. After selecting the RAID, your memory will be formatted and you have to enter your admin password. Then after formatting, your storage is created and then you have to go back to the main page to do the next step. Then you have to create your first folder. Press that go button. Then press the start. Here you can press that plus sign to create a new folder and then press the enable. And then for your first folder as admin, you have to press this full rights and then press the save. Now you created your first folder. To create another folder, you just have to press that plus sign button and then select the new shared folder. Then you can input your own username for the new shared folder and then press the confirm. Then here under the folder you can press the plus sign and you can see that there's another options where you can upload pictures or music, but I have to go back to the main page to do the next step. Then the last step will be to learn more about remote access. Just read this page and then press OK and then you're done with your setting up. Then select that all button and then it will prompt you to install the recommended software to use, and then press that install button. Then press confirm after selecting the location to install. Then you can see here it will install one by one. You can select the Photos app that you downloaded. That's the place where you can do your photos backup and some other things regarding the photos. Select that Photos backup. Then it will automatically back up your photos from your phone to the NAS system.